Blog Talk Radio. Hello, and welcome to Season 2 of the Stress is Stressing Me Out podcast. I am your host, Maki Adeyemi, and in this first episode, we will be discussing when keeping up with the Joneses causes stress. Before I get into that, I want to say congratulations to all the 2021 graduates. I am a 2021 graduate. I graduated last Saturday, so I am now a certified, or can be a certified, school administrator. So I want to say congrats to everyone, and I hope you do well on all of your endeavors. Okay, so let's get into our devotional. Our devotional today comes from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verses 1 through 14. And it says, "The heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of the fool to the left. Even as fools walk along the road, they lack sense." And the title of this devotional is called Learning from Foolishness. A man walked into a convenience store in Wollongong, Australia, put a $20 bill on the counter, and asked for change. When the clerk opened the cash drawer, the man pulled a gun and asked for all the cash in the register, which the clerk promptly provided. The man took the cash from the clerk and fled, leaving the $20 bill on the counter. The total amount of cash he got from the drawer, $15. We all act foolishly at some times, even if, unlike this thief, we're trying to do the right thing. The key is how we learn from our foolish behavior. Without correction, our poor choices can become habits, which will negatively shape our character. We'll become fools who lack sense. Sometimes it's hard to admit our foolishness because of the extra work it requires. Perhaps we need to reflect on a particular character flaw, and that's painful. Or maybe we need to admit that a decision was made hastily, and next time we should take more care. Whatever the reason, it never pays to ignore our foolish ways. Thankfully, God can use our foolishness to discipline and shape us. Discipline isn't pleasant at the time, but its training yields good fruit in the long run, and that comes from the book of Hebrews 12:11. Let's accept our Father's discipline for our foolish behavior and ask Him to make us more like the sons and daughters He intends for us to be. I love that devotional. And, in life we have made foolish choices. Yours truly have made a lot of foolish choices in the 45 years that I've been here. But thank God that He does not turn His back on us, and we can always go to Him any time of the day or night and ask Him to forgive us. Okay, today's episode, when keeping up with the Joneses causes stress. The truth about keeping up with the Joneses. We've all heard the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses. But in today's modern world, the subconscious approach has reached a whole new toxic level. So let's talk about the history of this statement. We've all heard this phrase. It's a phrase made famous by a 1913 comic strip, Keeping Up with the Joneses, and it was created by a gentleman named Pop Momand. The strip showcases a family desperately aiming to keep up with their neighbors who happen to be the Jones family. The author was poking fun at people's desire to impress others. After the comic strip ended 26 years after its inception, it seemed the phrase, keeping up with the Joneses, took on a whole new meaning. It used to be about who had the bigger home, the most upgraded kitchen, or whose kid had the best grades. Keeping up with the Joneses typically referred to your neighbors next door or across the street, but with the rise of the internet it has since taken a new meaning with social media, far expanding the circle of reach with whom to keep up. Social media is a problem. Social media connects us with friends, celebrities, designers, even personalities made famous by social media itself. Facebook and Instagram don't just boast the fabulous lives of celebrities, but it has allowed seemingly ordinary people to create a false facade around their audience. The truth is, a lot of people are intentionally curating a lifestyle of opulence on social media to maintain a certain image. Here's some data for you. A recent survey with 1,012 respondents conducted by Harris Poll revealed that Americans experience feelings of envy when they see friends show up their lavish lifestyles on social media. About 40% of the respondents admitted that seeing other people's purchases and vacations heightened their own desire to consider similar purchases and vacations. About 21% of the respondents revealed that they consider certain activities and purchases based on how it would make them look on social media. Impressing others on Facebook or Instagram wastes time, energy, and money. We assume that the acknowledgement, validation, or the thought of being seen in a certain light will make us feel better about ourselves and improve our value in life. We get caught up trying to manage, control, and manipulate other people's perceptions of us. The keeping up with the Joneses syndrome can lead to obsessive spending behaviors that will create stress, worry, anxiety, and financial ruin. It can destroy the most ordinary individual you brush shoulders with, or celebrities who eventually have to declare bankruptcy. We've all heard the news of singers, athletes, and actors going broke. The truth behind this glamorous life, or the so-called glamorous life. We've all heard the saying that we shouldn't envy others because we never see the whole picture. We do get to see heavily edited parts of their life they want us to see. The small parts seem enviable as we are bombarded with photos of pristine white sand beaches or pictures of detailing their three-leg trip throughout Europe. But perhaps if we saw the whole picture, we wouldn't envy them any longer because we would soon realize there wasn't anything to envy in the first place. The edited version of their lives does not include photos on their faces when they open their credit card statement or their stomach falling to the floor when they see only $500 in their bank account. We don't know how long it may have taken them to save for that trip or the debt that was created to make it possible. Before that feeling of insecurity sets in, that feeling that makes you want to trade up your financial security to show the world you too can live a fabulous life, think about keeping up with your own goals. Tips on preventing stress in this situation. There are 3. Number 1, focus on what is important to you. Some of the people showcasing a glamorous life are in fact rich and some are not. Of the ones who aren't rich, some of them are going into debt to create the lifestyle while others can manage to pay for it. But just because you manage to pay for something doesn't mean you can really afford it. Don't envy those exotic vacations because they're really not all that expensive. For example, those trips to Dubai, Thailand, Bali, and Europe cost as little as $1,300 for a 7-night stay, that's air and hotel. As far as the luxury things go, as nice as they are just things. Things don't create a return on investment. Do you feel jealous that you drive a 10-year-old Honda while your friend just posted their new BMW truck on Facebook? Don't, because anything with a motor almost always go down in value, and the cost of the vehicle combined with maintenance would probably be 2 to 3 times what you paid. Focus on the importance of becoming debt-free. If you're looking to do that, create wealth for your family. You will find it easier to decide when and how you often splurge on those types of vacations. I drive a 2015 Chevy Malibu LT. that has 118,000 miles on it. 24,000 of those miles I didn't put on the car. When I bought the car, that's the mileage that was on it. The rest I put on it. And I'm not a city to city, or I will say state to state driver. All those miles was put on right around here in St. Louis and St. Louis County. I do not do long haul driving like from here to Kansas City or from here to Chicago or here to New York or California. I do not make those kinds of journeys because I don't have the patience for it, number one. And people just do entirely just silly, stupid things behind the wheel. And of course they can do that here in the city as well. But I think it's a lot worse when you have to drive from one state to another. Okay, number 2. Happiness is a personal and unique formula. Instead of focusing on the image and lifestyle people try to project in social media, center on your goals and your accomplishments. Number 3. Freedom is achieved by not keeping up with the Joneses. Your choices in life should be a sum total of the things that are most important to you. When you start to live and create your own kind of happiness, you'll start to care less about what others think of you. After all, since we live in a society where people are always judging each other, why not just live according to your own rules and forget everything else? I like that statement. You do not have to have the latest car or have the biggest house. And, we watch reality shows, which is really not reality. So they're soap operas as far as I'm concerned. Even though these are real celebrity people, and they have the facade, and some of them have the money. Like if we look at the Kardashians, yes, they have the money. And it's still a scripted reality, which is a bunch of crap. And I think all reality shows are a bunch of crap. It's staged. It's not natural. It's not a natural situation. It's something that by the people who are actually paying you to do the show, they're telling you what to do and how to act and how to hype up stuff. So I don't look at any reality shows because I can't stand it. It's a lot of fakery. So that I don't deal with that. So after the break, I'm going to give you my 2 cents, which is called Maki's 2 cents. So I'll see you right after the break. Here's my 2 cents. Listen, guys, the Joneses are broke and causing undue stress just to try to stay relevant or to say, look at me, look at me. Competition today is out of control. Everyone feels they are competing for something, whether it is status or bragging rights. I was listening to someone speak on YouTube about competing to get stuff. He said, what another person eats doesn't make me go to the bathroom. And going to the bathroom is not what he said. It's on them. Stay in your lane. Make goals and work on meeting them. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Tweet me at stressingisor email me at sismo1875@gmail.com. You can find this podcast at Stitcher, Spotify, Google Plays, TuneIn, and Blog Talk Radio. Until next week, do not let your heart be troubled. Relax.